Welcome back to Friendonkey Wrestling Season 2. We are 2 episodes away from Fastlane, which will be the final stop en route to WrestleMania. And it is Tag Week. Holla holla player player. Every match tonight will be a tag team match, as you've probably figured that out. And we're kicking things off in a big way. You can already tell your main event this evening, Roman Reigns. I'm going to go into more details about the main event as we get towards it, but Roman will be featured. But we're kicking things off with a huge match with a returning Drew McIntyre. Who will be teaming up with Bronson Reed. Both these men a little pissed off. None more so than this man. The television champion Bronson Reed. We've seen these two form a bit of an uneasy alliance in episodes gone by, but being in each other's corners. Last week he was in singles action against the man standing across from him this evening, LA Knight. And just to confirm, next week in the main event, LA Knight has been granted a TV championship match. So he will be going one-on-one with Bronson Reed for the TV title. So perhaps tonight is another opportunity for each man to learn each other's moveset in even more depth. If I can get my words out. But a returning Drew McIntyre. The FDW faithful go mild. Drew we haven't seen for quite some time after he was taken out backstage. The FDW Championship was stolen, but it looks like it has been remade. As Drew, proudly sporting the FDW Championship, that is going to be one pissed off Scotsman right there. And the fact that he's standing alongside Bronson Reed, two of the most dominant champions we've ever seen in FDW. Drew's championship reign has pretty much been year-long since he claimed it all the way back at Money in the Bank, I believe. And he has held on to it all season. No one's quite stepped up to him. No one's been as brazen as The Fiend has to have just assault him and steal the championship, hospitalise him. Speaking of brazen performances, LA Knight last week stepping up to the plate against Bronson Reed and defeating him in the process, earning himself a title shot. Not many men do that. It's usually Bronson Reed who decides that you get a championship match. Bray Wyatt now joining LA Knight. It's very much champions versus challengers, as we don't quite know what's going on with Bronson Reed or with Drew McIntyre and The Fiend, as Bronson Reed hit the Bronslaw early on Bray Wyatt, just looking to get things done. Wyatt picking a fight with Reed. Knight picking a fight with McIntyre. This is a tornado tag match, so anything goes. All men legal. Huge clubbing slam there from Bray Wyatt. Big Alabama slam from the outside there to LA Knight from Drew McIntyre. And this could again be a huge opportunity for LA Knight. He's in there with champions and challengers alike make an opportunity for himself as Wyatt looks to cover Drew McIntyre. Knight and Reed scrapping on the outside as Wyatt and McIntyre go toe-to-toe on the inside of the ring. This is clearly something that Drew McIntyre's been after for quite some time, and The Fiend to a lesser extent. As Knight comes to the aid of The Fiend, perhaps out of necessity rather than some vague sense of loyalty. Fiend now looking for a measure of revenge on Bronson Reed. But Reed having none of it, just dumping Bray Wyatt off the steel stairs. McIntyre sizing up Knight. Bray Wyatt thought potentially about Sister Abigail. Bronson able to counter. Wyatt in control on Drew McIntyre as he hits a big Michinoku driver and then goes after Bronson Reed, single-handedly dismantling the two singles champions in quick fashion, it must be said. Huge swinging net breaker from McIntyre tonight, and that's going to hurt. Knight's got to be careful. He knows he's got a championship match next week against Bronson Reed. He can't afford to sustain any injuries or to give too much of the game plan away against Big Bronson Reed, because Bronson will just pick him apart if he's not careful. With a big side suplex like that to begin with. Wyatt in control on Bronson Reed, just strangling him down to the mat. And a bizarre tag team of Wyatt and Knight. Drew McIntyre hitting an air raid crash on LA Knight, almost a modified Bronslaught there. Nearly a count of three as Wyatt looks to make the save. Bronson lying dazed and confused on the outside. Big lariat there from Bray Wyatt. Neck break from Wyatt to Bronson Reed, who looks to get the pin done. It's only a one count from Jimmy. LA Knight teeing off on Drew McIntyre, the rightful FDW champion. Modified Bronslaught there from Bronson Reed to Bray Wyatt. All of these men with a point to prove. As Bronson Reed looks to dismantle Bray Wyatt. Wyatt daintily back to his feet. Reed having absolutely none of it. Dragging Wyatt to the ropes and slamming him back down before bringing that foot to the chest. Knight watching on, not allowing Bronson Reed to pick up the pinfall. Knight goes after Reed. He knows he can beat him. He's done it once. Reed with the reversal now. Perhaps Reed underestimated LA Knight last week. I doubt he'll make that mistake twice. Big vertical suplex there from Bronson Reed. Excuse me. Drew McIntyre with marks all over his face. Busted open perhaps in the preliminary stages of this match. 10 massive clubbing beats of the Baron to the chest there of LA Knight. As the champions team up on the Demon. Drew McIntyre senses it up, he sizes it up, but unable to quite connect. He hits a Claymore on the Fiend Bray Wyatt. Wyatt able to kick out. As Wyatt now at the mercy of Drew McIntyre, as Bronson Reed just looks to play with his food on the outside. Jimmy watching on, having his season 1 flashbacks. McIntyre with a huge vertical suplex, Wyatt with the reversal. Big ripcord lariat there from Bray Wyatt, but Bronson able to break it up. Can Wyatt get in control, or will Bronson just tear him down as Jimmy is down, running senton, but Bray senses it coming, gets the knees up in this Tornado Classic. It really is anyone's to go. Tsunami off the top rope to the Fiend. And there's a win for Bronson Reed, able to squash the Fiend. The champions once again. Their strong working relationship with each other, these two. They've been in each other's corner before. They sometimes join forces and then go separate ways. When they join forces, they are a force to be reckoned with. Speaking of joining forces, women's action now, as Kairi Sane and Tiffany Stratton will be making an uneasy partnership against Bianca Belair and Tegan Nox, as both women look to prove that they have what it takes to live up to the legacy of Belair and Nox here on FDW. But it seems a bit of miscommunication between Sane and Stratton. I can't let that get the better of them. Neither of them really wants to be taking any more losses, as that WrestleMania match is looming. 1 count already as Bianca Belair looks to hit the standing moonsault. We saw Belair and Stratton in action last week. Stratton perhaps thinking that she wasn't quite up to the task of Belair last week. But Belair picking up a count-out victory. Not usually the way we do things here. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here this evening. As Nox now, the legal woman, tees off on the women's champion. Nox and Belair know what it means to hold that championship. To defend it for so long and so valiantly. To see Tiffany Stratton behaving the way she's behaving, perhaps bring a little bit of shade, a little bit of disrespect to the title that those two brought to the prestige. Will she be able to learn her lessons, as it looks like Belair and Nox are just beating it into her? If she's going to be the FDW Women's Champion, she's going to have to fight valiantly at WrestleMania. She tags in Kairi Sane now, her challenger. We haven't seen in action pretty much since the Royal Rumble, so this will be an interesting opportunity as Kairi Sane throws caution to the wind, goes over the top rope, but Belair senses it coming and just dodges out the way. Bouncing Belair off the top rope. Sane hits hard, but perhaps a little bit of ring rust here this evening. Back of the ankle to the head of Tegan Nox. Sane feeling confident and in control. All these women with accolades to their name. Women's champions, former women's champions, Royal Rumble winner. As Sane now looks to take apart Belair and Tegan Nox. Belair just bum rushing her down. This almost feels like a 2-on-1 handicap match, as Belair and Nox have been on the same page out the gates. Chop block to the back of the leg there on Kairi Sane. Sane flung into the turnbuckle as Belair looks to take charge. dragging Kairi Sane up by her neck, hanging her there in the corner and just dropping her down. Sane, one of the more diminutive wrestlers here on FDW, stepping into the ring with three absolute powerhouses. Can she hang with the best of them? Again, jump tackle down to the mat by Belair. Sane makes the tag. Can they get on the same page to get this back in control? As Stratton hit a massive drop kick. Bit of miscommunication there from Nox and Tiffany Stratton. Both women looking for the prettiest drop kick, but Nox able to prove she's still got it. Deadlift suplex there from Tegan Nox. Tiffany Stratton now looking to whip Nox off the ropes. Looking for the reversal but not quite connecting. Nox seeing it coming. You have to do pretty much a lot more than that if you're going to get one over on the founding mother of FDW. Tegan Nox now with Stratton right where she wants her. Nox just stomping on Tiffany Stratton in the corner. Looking for an early 3 count. A lot of damage done on Tiffany Stratton here in a short space of time. As Nox goes to the top rope, comes flying off with that elbow to the heart. And that's got to put some damage on the champion. Fantastic ring awareness from Belair and Nox here, who have been impressive to say the least. Nox just hurling Bianca Belair at Tiffany Stratton as Belair looks to wipe her feet of Stratton. Really Stratton a little bit pissed off after last week, making a count-out loss. She wants to prove that she can get it done. If Stratton picks up a pinfall victory here over either of these women, it would be huge for her confidence. A real boost into the critics who are already claiming that her championship reign is a fluke, that she snuck in at the last minute and does not deserve to hold that championship. A win over Belair or Nox would be big for her, but Kairi Sane is also here to prove that she can pick up that victory as well. Sane now whips Belair to the turnbuckle, but miscommunication. Sane connects with Tiffany Stratton. Stratton now laid out on the outside. Belair in control, just teeing off on Kairi Sane. Stratton comes running in, looking to make the save, but again miscommunicates and takes out Sane. Nox evacuating Tiffany Stratton from the ring. He looks to calm things down a bit, and that is the ring presence of Nox and Belair, able to just get on the same page at a moment's notice. Belair demonstrating her power, just gorilla pressing Kairi Sane like she's a featherweight. Running basement dropkick there from Tegan Nox. Stratton back to her corner, but will Sane follow up with a tag here? Nox with the shiniest wizard on Kairi Sane, and after all the miscommunication and wrong attacks from Stratton and Sane, not quite able to get it done on that occasion. 2 count on Sane as Tegan Nox makes the tag to Bianca Belair. Belair now legal against Kairi Sane. Once again throwing her around, dumping her to the floor, and Belair looks to get the pinfall. Stratton wants nothing to do with breaking up the pinfall, and Belair picks up a win. That's got to be a knock on the confidence boost for Kairi Sane. Well, we were never expecting them to be the closest of allies. Tiffany Stratton and Kairi Sane, that is. We were also not expecting Nox and Belair to be allies, but you want to talk about a tag team. don't think I've ever seen two women in FDW perform so well together as a unit. We'll keep our eye on that one. Speaking of keeping our eyes on things, cruiserweight tag action now, as this match has a little bit of a caveat to it. It'll be Dragon Lee and Axiom taking on the team of Cedric Alexander and Tommaso Ciampa. Now, the team that wins this match will go one-on-one with each other next week to determine the number one contender for the Cruiserweight Championship at Fastlane. So that's one way to fast-track yourself to success, as Ilya Dragunov will be defending his Cruiserweight Championship at the pay-per-view. So lots to play for the Cruiserweights here this evening, as two men will be advancing. They'll need to be allies tonight to become adversaries next episode. Ciampa perhaps feeling the most fired up here after his brilliant performance inside the Elimination Chamber. He did very well, but it wasn't to be his night on that occasion. But still the man who all season long has been looking for his moment, Cedric Alexander. Excuse me. This will be a traditional tag match. No mess, no fuss, at least we hope. As Axiom, former tag champion, comes out the gate swinging. And I am just having the revelation, folks. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? After months and months and months and months of speculating who Axiom is, and the rumours that he may be Jimmy, Ref Jimmy's in the ring. Axiom's in the match. The mystery isn't quite solved. But one thing is for sure. Axiom is not Jimmy. Well, that's going to be the biggest revelation of this match. Calls for the tag now as Axiom goes one-on-one with Tommaso Ciampa, both the legal men. I was distracted from everything else that was happening in that match because I couldn't quite believe what we were seeing. We were convinced that Axiom was Jimmy. All of Season 1. Most of Season 2 since his return. But there it is. So, that whittles it down. Is he Nicholas? Or is he Bobby Lashley? Big running punch there from Tommaso Ciampa into a huge forearm. Ciampa strong strikes here in this Cruiserweight tag match. Axiom has been very strong in this match so far. And there's the 10. FDW crowd loving Axiom here this evening. As Cedric looks to take charge. Basement dropkick to the side of the head of Axiom. He takes control once again. Axiom, a former champion in his own right. As Dragon Lee now heads to the top rope. As these two luchadors are on the same page here this evening. Will they win? Will they go toe to toe again next week? Only a count of one on this occasion so far. Massive modified Spanish fly there from Dragon Lee. Standing shooting star press, the FDW staple. Following up with a second one, but he went to the well far too many times as Cedric knows that's coming by now. Gets the knees up. Lee looks into the corner. Ciampa watching on. Does Ciampa trust Cedric to get the job done and get themselves an opportunity? The cruiserweights, so fun to watch. They've become a real mainstay of FDW. As there's the tag to Ciampa. Ciampa with some momentum on his side. After being in that Elimination Chamber match, he's been in the ring with Dragunov. He's seen the Cruiserweight Championship. He wants that Cruiserweight Championship. But to get there, he's going to have to go through two hungry luchadors. Axiom keen for another bite of the cherry. Dragon Lee keen for his first taste of championship gold. As Ciampa looks to get the 3 count, only gets a 2 on this occasion. Goes for a massive tope suicida. Doesn't quite connect. But Axiom does connect. Almost with a counter to save Dragon Lee at the same time. And it's all kicked off. Drop kick from Axiom, just leveling Tommaso Ciampa now on the outside. Standing moonsault from Axiom as well. And the flippy shit is what we love to see. Miscommunication again as these men can't figure out a way back into the ring. Glitchiness aside, will the count out spell doom for Tommaso Ciampa? It very well may do, as Dragon Lee looks to, oh my goodness, there it is. Well, it wasn't pretty, but next week it will be Axiom versus Dragon Lee. Winner gets Dragunov at Fastlane. And we've had confirmation that the unmasking of Axiom will not reveal a referee. Your main event for this evening, though, is an open challenge by Imperium, who have claimed that there is no tag team on the roster on their level, that they've beaten them all. Anyone who stepped up and tried. And that there's no two wrestlers quite on the same level as Imperium have been. Now, two wrestlers who've taken umbrage with this need no introduction, but they're going to get one anyway. Is this man Roman Reigns, who punched his ticket to WrestleMania a few episodes ago, and will be getting a World Championship match. But before then, he's seizing another opportunity at Championship glory. And seeking to potentially do the unthinkable. In wrenching tag championships away from Imperium, but to do so, he's found himself quite the partner. Someone with whom he has a hell of a history. Seth Rollins. Both men feeling that they've got some chilly navels at the moment. particularly Seth Rollins. Seth looking to become a Triple Crown champion here this evening. Looking to become the first man to do so in all of FDW. This could be his time. But with championships on the line, we know how dangerous Imperium can be. Imperium, who have recently gone a bit of a facelift, having removed the ring general Gunter from their ranks. Talk about a main event. Kaiser and Vinci on a real run of form. That's what it's all about. The last time we saw an open challenge was a few episodes ago, where Seth Rollins put his championship on the line. We saw how that backfired on him for his hubris. Will this backfire on Imperium? Only time will tell. We have also seen Imperium use underhanded tactics, use their championship's advantage to their advantage, claiming count-out losses, count-out victories, retaining those championships almost all season long. Blips earlier on in the season in fights against the Usos, claiming the titles from Black and White, Bray and Cross. But Reigns out the gate strong here, going straight after Ludwig Kaiser. Some big power moves. Reigns and Rollins. 2-on-2 with Imperium. This will be interesting, as we've seen Reigns and Rollins on the same page throughout the season. But to do so in a traditional tag match like this, against the tag champions. Seth Rollins now up to the top rope with a huge superplex, rolling through on Ludwig Kaiser into the Falcon's Arrow, showing that he has not lost a step at all. Hits the drop kick on Ludwig Kaiser, and Rollins perhaps the man who wants this championship match more. That's why he's so happy to team with Roman Reigns here. If Imperium can win here this evening, they will have just proven their point that there is no tag team on FDW who can step up to them. Having beaten them all, Reigns now deadlifting Giovanni Vinci and slamming him down to the mat. Vinci's going to need to use that power to his advantage, and there it is. Explosive, to say the least. Kick to the side of the head of Reigns. And a quick tag to Kaiser. And that's the experience of Imperium coming in as a tag unit. Reigns senses offense coming though and hits a running neck breaker. Kaiser with a quick reversal as Reigns thought about wrenching on his neck. Drop kick from Kaiser. Wisely rolling out of the way, now comes Roman Reigns, but Kaiser with a huge tope suicida to the outside, connecting, just long darting himself into the tribal chief. Fisherman suplex from Kaiser to Reigns as the ref begins the count. Reigns needs to be aware that Imperium are not beneath this. Imperium are well aware of the count. and use it. Count of 6 now, as Kaiser just keeps Reigns right where he wants him. With Vinci running guard at the same time. Count of 8 as Roman Reigns now. Count of 9, Reigns into the ring. And Vinci and Kaiser. Oh, that is the closest 9.9 count you will ever see in an FDW ring. I was convinced there that Kaiser was just going to take a pinfall loss, not happy with taking on the combined Rollins and Reigns. But they asked for this, they called that open challenge. Reigns with a deadlift powerbomb. Kaiser having taken out Rollins, seeking to isolate Roman Reigns. Pick apart a man who could very well be standing as the FDW champion come the end of this season. Kaiser now going after Roman Reigns with another fisherman suplex. Stomp to the face. Tag to Vinci. Keeping themselves fresh. Wearing down Reigns. Reigns looking for a swinging net breaker, but Vinci senses it coming and breaks out of it. Now Vinci goes for the neck wrench. You gotta say, at the minute it's looking good for Imperium to retain their championships. They stoke up the crowd. Big taunt as Roman Reigns makes a much needed tag to Seth Rollins. Rollins reverses Vinci's offense into a sling blade and he gears himself up. That's just Seth Rollins going to that place he's feeling himself. Double underhook suplex, he looks for it for a maybe a DDT, but Kaiser reverses into a lariat. The big chops there from Rollins into the schoolboy kick to the midsection. Kaiser at the mercy of the founding father. Rollins now flung into the ropes. Kaiser almost with a running uppercut kick there to Rollins, just bringing him down to the mat off the second rope, cross body, connecting in the process. Kaiser must be feeling good here, now starting to suplex Seth Rollins around the ring. Targeting the leg of Rollins, smart from Ludwig Kaiser. He knows that's where he delivers a lot of his offense from. As Kaiser thinks about a tag to Vinci, very wise. Keeping Rollins on his toes. Big drop kick from Vinci. Reigns calling for a pin from Rollins. Vinci in command. Just Imperium in command on the whole. Now wrenching at the arm of Rollins, looking to take away that chopping power. Seth rolling to his side of the ring. As Vinci dumps him to the outside, Rollins clings on and reverses. Back between the ropes we go. And when Rollins gets into this state, you really feel it could be anyone's game. Seth connects, rolls through, kick across the chest. Looks for the cover. Could this be 3? Could we have new champs? Only a 1 count on Vinci, and this is going to go the distance, ladies and gentlemen. This is your main event this evening. Imperium versus Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. Vinci busted open now as the blood begins to pour. If they want to retain their championship, Seth Rollins is going to make them bleed for it. Kick to the midsection from Rollins. He hooks the legs, and there is the pedigree to the outside. But they need to get it back between the ropes. Seth Rollins hits a curb stomp, driving Giovanni Vinci into the mat. If they can get him into the ring, this could surely be a done deal for the Shield. count of 6, but Vinci back to his feet. You'd think he's dazed and confused. Count of 8. Seth follows Vinci back in. Another high count from the ref. Ripcord clothesline there from Seth Rollins as Vinci looks to drag himself back to his feet. Reigns feeling all fired up now, in control of Vinci. A win here for Reigns would be huge. Superman punch from Roman Reigns, just leveling Giovanni Vinci. Ludwig Kaiser knows the score by now, though he knows to break up a pinfall attempt like that. Reigns' hard-hitting offense is not to be trifled with. Reigns now slapping Ludwig Kaiser across the face. He hits a running neck breaker to Giovanni Vinci before tagging in Seth Rollins. Seth on Vinci once again. Kick to the midsection, looks to connect. Curb stomp to Giovanni Vinci. Head driven into the ring. And your new FDW Tag Team Champions. Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. And just like that, the dynamic of the tag division has changed. The dynamic of FDW has changed. Reigns claiming his first championship with a guaranteed shot at WrestleMania. Seth Rollins is a Triple Crown champion. Well, a fantastic tag week. Hugely enjoyed that main event as the Shield stand tall. I'm sure there'll be some retaliation from Imperium, and we've not heard the last of this. I'm looking forward to finding out what happens, and I hope you are too. So stay tuned to FDW Season 2, as next week it's the go-home show ahead of Fastlane, and then we are en route to Mania. See you soon.